So, welcome to the Sunday service, and a little bit about Sanctuary Church for those who have not joined us before. Sanctuary is a 508c1a faith-based organization, and we use psilocybin mushrooms as a sacrament to connect us to divinity. It is our sincere belief that the consumption of psilocybin-containing mushrooms is a communion which brings us closer to what is commonly called God. We understand this concept as pure consciousness, which permeates all being. Pure consciousness is, we believe, the ineffable source of creation and the origin of health and well-being. Our faith in sacred mushrooms stems from prehistorical use by our ancestors, personal experiences of our modern members. It is our belief that psilocybin-containing mushrooms are one of the greatest sacraments that nature offers, raising our awareness so that we can access a direct connection to the source of life. We should not be mistaken for a medical or a therapeutic organization. We encourage anyone facing trauma recovery or mental health issues to got problems with my screen to work in conjunction with a psychiatrist, psychologist, or accredited therapist. Our objective is to help and support you in reconnecting with the universal source of healing, your own divine spirit. As we get ready to begin today's service, we ask that you mute your mics if they are not muted already. We want to let you know this meeting is being recorded, which if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out privately. A portion of this service, we will invite you to journal, so now would be a good time to grab a notebook and pen if you'd like to participate in that. And please do, if possible for you, find a comfortable space where you can relax and be present for the service. The service portion of our gathering is around 30 minutes of silent participation on your part, during which time we will begin with a short meditation. We'll read the poem which the Church has adopted as our acknowledgement of oneness with all that is, titled A Litany of Gratitude. We'll have a reading from our rotating text, along with an opportunity to journal your thoughts around the reading. A reading from our main text, the Tao Te Ching, and after that, we will bring the official service to a close. From there, we'll move into an optional discussion period, and we have allotted 90 minutes for this portion till 12 p.m., and we invite you to participate if you feel so called. Welcome, and thank you for joining our Sanctuary community in celebration. As we begin our statement of faith, we recognize that this statement does not exhaust the full extent of our faith. We believe that sacred mushrooms are a primary source of personal and divine revelation. We seek counsel from the mushroom to find direction and inspiration in our faith practice. And we believe that all individuals who seek true revelation from divinity can do so. So we will start with our meditation, and Christine will be leading that.
Thank you, Poe. I want to invite everyone to make any adjustments that you need to make to sit, stand, or lie down in a comfortable way so that you can experience an ease in your body and in your breath. And we begin with the breath. We begin life with the breath. Breath is life. We'll begin to tune into your breath, noticing the up and down of your abdomen as you breathe in and breathe out. We're simply noticing our breath as it is. Coming into presence in your body, allowing thoughts to simply move past as if they're clouds passing by in the sky. And you're just witnessing here as a witness to what is, without judgment, without trying to sort anything out. And as we are coming together in this circle, in this community, there's the idea of us really breathing together in synchronicity. So if you will join me in taking a gentle, deep breath in, deeper and deeper, and a full, slow exhale out. And breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And once more, breathing in. And breathing out. Before opening your eyes whenever you're ready, if you've closed them. And continuing, if you will, to stay present with your breath, with noticing, witnessing, as we continue our service and come into conversation later on together. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. At this point in our service, we'd like to acknowledge and share our consciousness with those engaging in subtle sacrament at this time or at any time during the week and coming weeks, with an appreciation for that incredible benefit. So I'd like to read now the litany of gratitude, and feel free to unmute, I guess, and join us in the refrain of "We live in all things, and all things live in us." We live by the sun, we feel by the moon, we move by the stars. We live in all things.
All things live in us.
We eat from the earth, we drink from the rain, we breathe of the air. We live in all things.
All things live in us.
We call to each other. We listen to each other. Our hearts deepen with love and compassion.
We live in
All
all things.
things.
All things live in us.
We depend on the trees and animals. We depend on the earth. Our minds open with wisdom and insight.
We live in all things.
all things
All things live in us.
We dedicate our practice to others. We include all forms of life. We celebrate the joy of living and dying.
We live in
We
all
live in all
things.
things. All things live in us.
We are full of life. We are full of death. We are grateful for all beings and companions. So for our first reading, Margot has volunteered to lead us. Margot?
Good morning, everyone. Letting Go by David R. Hawkins, paraphrased. The pressure of suppressed feelings is felt as irritability, mood swings, tension in the muscles of the neck and back, headaches, cramps, menstrual disorders, colitis, indigestion, hypertension, allergies, and other somatic conditions. When we repress a feeling, it is because there is so much guilt and fear over the feelings that this is not even consciously felt at all. It becomes instantly thrust into the unconscious as soon as it threatens to emerge. The repressed feeling is then handled in a variety of ways to ensure that it stays repressed. Of these mechanisms used by the mind to keep the feeling repressed, denial and projection are perhaps the best known methods, as they tend to reinforce each other. Denial results in major emotional and maturational blocks. It is usually accompanied by projection. Because of the guilt and fear, we repress the impulse or feeling, and we deny its presence within us. Instead of feeling it, we project it into the world and those around us. They become the enemy. Blame is placed on people, places, institutions, food, climate conditions, astrological events, social conditions, God, the devil, foreigners, ethnic groups, political rivals, and other things outside of ourselves. Many people believe that expressing their feelings frees them from the feelings. The facts are to the contrary. The expression of a feeling tends to propagate that feeling and give it energy, then allows for the remainder to be suppressed out of awareness. If we dump our negative feelings on others, they experience it as an attack, and in turn are forced to suppress, express, or escape those feelings. A far better alternative is to take responsibility for our own feelings and neutralize them. Then only positive feelings remain to be expressed.
Well, thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
So at this point, we want you to reflect and do a little journaling on that last reading. Do you believe that physical ailments can stem from suppressed emotions? If so, have you experienced this in your own life? If you disagree, what is the basis of your disagreement? A lot of material there. So I'll let you know when we get toward the end of the period. So please finish up your thoughts. We have about a half a minute to go. All right, thank you. We'll have to figure out a way to post that reading, I think. I think Bradley wanted that. So the paradoxical nature of life and its mysteries are best experienced through the ineffable space which we find in our communion with the mushroom. For more than 2,000 years, the Tao Te Ching has provided guidance and instruction for exploring the paradox of existence. It is for this reason that we employ the Tao Te Ching as our primary sacred text and invite all to study it further as you delve deeper into the mystery of life. So for our second reading, James.
When the world is in possession of the Tao, the galloping horses are led to fertilize the fields with their droppings. When the world has become Taoless, war horses breed themselves on the suburbs. There is no calamity like not knowing what is enough. There is no evil like covetousness. Only he who knows what is enough will always have enough.
Thank you, James. So announcements, Nancy, you're going to help us with that?
Good morning. So announcements, we have some virtual offerings this week. Our virtual circles and workshops are now open to non-members for a suggested $5 donation and no additional cost for official members. Tuesday at 6:30, Internal Family Systems with Deborah, 6:30 Eastern Time. Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern Time, Meet Your Power Music Workshop with Bill. Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, Integration Circle with Julie and Christine. Saturday at 10:30 Eastern Time, Book Club with Susan, Russell, or Jason. Please register and find Zoom links on our events calendar on Psanctuary.org. Sean will be leading our monthly Men's Sacred Circle this Wednesday from 6 to 8 at Clifton Universalist Unitarian Church on Payne Street off Frankfurt Avenue. Men have been sitting in circles for millennia to challenge themselves to be better versions of themselves in their own unique way. This event is offered at no suggested cost for official Sanctuary members and is a suggested $10 to $20 donation for non-members. Please visit our events calendar on our website to register. Thank you to all who have registered for our October through December cohorts of Subtle Sacrament, myself and friends, and family minister programs. For those of you who would like to participate in our next cohort, applications for our January, late February cohorts are now open. Mark your calendar for our new West Coast Sunday services led via Zoom on the first Sunday of each month, hosted at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you're interested in assisting with either of our East or West Coast Sunday services, please email our volunteer coordinator, which is me, at volunteer@sanctuary.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. And so membership, that's you, Nancy, again.
That is me again. We have 7 new members this last week. We have Jeremy from Kentucky, Rachel from Maine, Roger from Kentucky, Adam from Kentucky, Angie from Alabama, Anna from Nevada, and Autumn from Indiana. Welcome, everybody.
And we seem to have left out fundraising. James, are you doing fundraising?
Oh, no, we've decided to sort of pause it for a bit. It's going to get repetitive to hear that we don't need to fundraise money from you yet.
Okay.
I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on growth. I'm working with a few members on their social media presence. We'll probably talk about that as things sort of launch and are there to be seen.
All right, thank you. So we've come together with intentions of service to the land and all its inhabitants. It is in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. We encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. And for those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us. As we further our conversation, please remember that all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. Much love.